This is Brother Carter with Tasteful and Toxic. I also have my lovely wife with me,
Val.
Hey, Val. Be sure and tune in to us every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m.
Don't sleep on us, baby. Get up, get your coffee. Tune in.
We love you. God bless you. We'll see you Wednesday. All right. Good morning, and welcome. Oh, it's Wednesday morning, isn't it?
Yes.
How y'all doing today on this Wednesday morning?
Doing good. It's hump day. Happy hump day to everybody.
All right.
Oh, Lord, I'm so glad it's Wednesday. I'm all
Okay.
Because tomorrow is my Friday.
All right, then.
Mhm.
That's mine too.
End of the week.
Yeah.
I wish I'm about to start going part-time. You know, little job thing.
Well, you just got to get a real job where you have every other Friday off like I
Well,
do.
I have a real job. How about you just say, you know what, I'm going to work hard for, maybe it's a 10-hour shift I do for 4 days. You know.
Okay.
I
Well,
do
everybody
Friday.
can't make their own schedule, so you your own boss. You can do whatever you want to do. You can go to work or not go to work.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Then that money ain't gonna keep coming in. I still gotta go to work.
Gotta hang your hand in there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So on last week we talked about forgiveness on Tasteful and Toxic, and this week we want to talk about. We had 2 episodes of forgiveness, and on today's show we want to talk about the reverse of forgiveness, which is what? Unforgiveness. We're gonna talk about the emotional cost of unforgiveness and all the things that can take place in our hearts, our body, our mind, our souls, our spirit. It's all affected by, I believe, something called unforgiveness. So on today's show, we have Miss Christina Price. Miss Christina Price. Hello.
Hey, how everybody doing?
Oh,
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Good.
All right. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I always love coming to Tasteful and Toxic.
Oh, what is it about Tasteful and Toxic you like?
I don't know. You get to be tasteful and toxic.
You get to be both, huh?
Yeah, there's no judgment. There's
No judgment.
I like that. And we also have Miss Coco. Her name is Aliyah Ambrose.
Yes.
AKA Coco.
Yes.
What's up, girl?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, man.
Thanks
We're
for
so
having me.
happy to have you on the show today.
Yes, me too. I'm
Yes.
happy to be here.
Have you ever been on Tasteful and Toxic?
No, first time.
Oh, okay. We're gonna take it easy on you.
Don't believe that. He don't take it easy on us.
And my main lady over there behind the wheels of steels over there, Miss Abigail Rivera.
Me too.
Good morning. And thank you for doing what you do on the show. Abigail is responsible for all the light, camera, and action that take place. So we're so grateful to have her on the show each and every week.
Facts.
Hey, and Sony, the one and only, the lovely, vivacious one, the lovely wife of Lawrence Carter, Miss Val. Hey, girl.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
What up? I didn't hear my studio audience. Okay.
He gonna always make sure y'all get his her due. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Thank you for coming into the show today.
Oh, baby, I
Thank
love
you for
coming here.
taking time out of your busy schedule to come in here on this Wednesday morning to do this show.
Well, because I'm a boss, I can take some time off.
All right. Everybody ain't able.
All righty then. Thank you.
All right. So let's get the show crack-a-lacking here. What we're going to talk about today is unforgiveness and the emotional effect that can take place when you don't have forgiveness in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
I'm ready.
And so what is unforgiveness? And I talked to my phone, Siri. I say, hey Siri, what is unforgiveness? And Siri told me some of the signs of unforgiveness. And so do me a favor, because my reading and
seeing
and all that. I got my sunglasses on and everything. What is what is it saying at the top there?
It says anger, resentment, and bitterness are like poison to the soul, slowly eating away at our inner peace and joy. Unforgiveness not only affects our emotional well-being, but can also manifest in physical ailments, creating a vicious cycle of pain and suffering.
Wow. There's a lot covered in unforgiveness. Huh?
It gets deep.
It does.
Yes, unforgiveness. Let's just we can fairly say that it can even cause death to an individual.
Yes.
We can safely say that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So start the show off today. I want to ask, what does unforgiveness look like to you?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want y'all to just jump in.
I can honestly say that I had it. I really carried unforgiveness around in me because I didn't understand what forgiveness was. And so walking in this place of not really knowing, even though you've been told you got to forgive, that thing was like a cancer, literally eating away at me. It was literally something that was controlling me. And I did not even know that it was controlling me because I was so saturated like a sponge with my own pain. And so I had that unforgiveness. That's what it looked like.
So the unforgiveness was more toward other people or toward yourself?
Well, I think it was both. It was affecting me, the person, but the unforgiveness, it was toward someone else. I refused to forgive them because I didn't understand that it was affecting me. And I didn't really understand the power of unforgiveness, if we can be honest.
Okay, Coco, you have anything on that?
I feel like it's like holding on to something that you probably should just let go of. It takes more from the person holding on to the unforgiveness compared to the person who actually did the act of
Exactly.
it. It's just way too much of a toll. You're waking up, you're telling yourself, yeah, I'm gonna hold this against them. I don't like them, or it's just too much. I feel like let go. Don't try to hold on to.
It's so much more. And I think that that's something that I had to get to because the pain and the hurt that that person inflicted on me, that it really was a badge of honor because that person was so dear to me. And so I didn't understand it. Not that I wasn't always a Christian, but I didn't understand what that meant. And the more I heard people say, just forgive them. And these people were always God this, God that. How can you ask me to do that when this is what you're saying? God-like people are supposed to do, be, and then you're telling me to forgive them, and it's a whole thing that you have to do for yourself.
Because it causes, like she just read, causes anger, resentment, and bitterness toward other people, and you actually feeling these things within your own self. Price, you got anything?
For me, it was a thing of I didn't know that I was operating in unforgiveness.
Right.
But it was it would manifest out in anger. Like I would have anger when it came to dealing with that person, or I would have a sharpness with them. And I just had an attitude with them for no apparent reason, when they didn't do me anything in that moment. But then I was able to realize that, okay, I don't forgive them for something that happened a long time ago. And me not forgiving them, it didn't hurt them. Like it was like I was trying to hold them hostage, but I was really holding myself hostage.
Right.
Because I'm being something in someone that I didn't want to be.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm showing that to other people as well, not just that person. So I'm still hurting myself all the way around the board.
Right.
Because you triggered every time that seemed like incident come up.
Yeah. That
not even an incident, just that person.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it reflects even to other people. If you were wronged by a previous engagement or marriage or whatever the case may be, you tend to take that unforgiveness into the next relationship, right? And so, that person hadn't done anything to you,
right?
Yeah.
So now you're stopping yourself from a new relationship by bringing the old relationship in, and you thinking that because I'm holding this unforgiveness and this anger towards them, I'm actually doing something to them.
Yeah.
When you're really not. They're actually still controlling you and still hurting you.
100%. And I think we have to also take that out of just relationship as it relates to marriages, because those are safe places.
Just using that as
I know. No. I know, babe. Those are just safe things and normal things. I think that in any relationship where there was someone that you really cared about that violated you in a way, that's not something that you or someone else can you can't just get over that. We want to forgive them. We want, but that's a process. And I think that the more people tell them, oh, you just need to forgive them, even though they're telling them the right thing to do, the more I heard it for me, the more it pulled me deeper into that thing. So just constantly saying to that person to forgive is not really, for me.
One of your triggers was just telling you to just let it go. And,
well, no. I'm saying what I'm saying.
Okay.
One of my triggers, one of the things that was hurtful for me was every time I heard someone say, you just need to forgive them. It felt like you were dismissing the pain and how I felt. So yes, that's what I needed to do is forgive, but I needed to know what that felt like. So how about you help me through that journey versus telling me you just need to forgive? Because when you're just telling someone something that sounds good, but in theory, that person is not even understanding how to get from there.
Yeah. And the person that's probably saying it to you probably don't even know how to express how
haven't been through it.
Y'all haven't been through it.
And a lot of times too, what I find and that's why it's so tricky when we go through certain traumas and, just the whole process of forgiving and everything like that, we begin to hold on, and that's a security blanket for us, the way that we feel. Our anger is our security blanket.
Really?
I feel comfortable when I lash out. I feel comfortable and I don't want to let that go. You hurt me and I felt that pain and I'm comfortable in that pain and I don't want to let it go.
Right. That's exactly.
That sounds strange.
Of course, to someone that has not been inflicted with that pain for me. And that's the thing we really have to be careful with, trying to generalize everything based off of our own experiences. So, and I'm going to use Coco for an example. And I don't know anything about your business, but I'm going to say this. So say Coco, have every job she's went on, she's been the target of someone harassing her. And so she get another job. And then people say, well, it's something about you. Well, all Coco was doing, she may already feel that it's something about her, but all Coco was doing was showing up to the job. And maybe it's her beauty. Maybe it's how she dressed or how she carries herself, that she's always the one that's being harassed. But the person over here that's saying, well, you just need to forgive him. You just need to forgive him. Every time you're saying that to Coco, you're hurting her. You're not acknowledging what she's going through. She's already struggling in that way. She does need to forgive him because now she's picked up this thing of anger, bitterness, and she's taking on every job, but she doesn't even know how to come out of that journey because you're just telling her, just forgive.
Anger can drive you.
Yes.
And I think that's why sometimes people hold on to, like, the anger is going to light some fire under my ass, excuse me. But like, that's what it can do to you. Like, it's like, oh, okay. All right. I ain't gonna let this go. And it pushes you, but at
some point
you'll feel it later.
Like
I'm constantly angry. I'm constantly holding on to this. And that's when you probably realize it. You probably don't realize that at the beginning.
It's a pride thing.
Pride.
Abby, you have anything you want to jump in on this?
I think whenever you're unwilling to forgive, it really just takes a toll on you as a person. And like, I think someone said earlier that's more, you're harming yourself. You're not harming that other person when you're holding on to that. And I'm a person, we've talked about it before. I hold grudges. I struggle to forgive because I think in a way it makes me feel good knowing that I like have something on somebody. I don't know. That sounds so toxic.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes I can fall into that like victimhood mentality, and I kind of am like unwilling to step out of that
security blanket
as a security blanket. And so that's actually something that I'm like really working on these days, is like to really like let things go and to not let something impact me, because I'm noticing the toll it's taking on me and that other person's living their life unbothered. They don't care at all about me.
Twice.
But here I am sweating, having like anxiety over something that I don't need to be.
I never viewed unforgiveness as wearing it as a badge.
Badge of honor.
Yeah. I never viewed it like that. I never seen unforgiveness can something you want to hold on to. I'm keeping this. I'm mad and I want to stay mad.
But how many people say that? Because I was just about to say that. How many people say, "Oh, well, I feel how I feel. That's just what it is," and they get a boastfulness about it.
Wow.
But that's your way of like saying
it's a protection.
Yeah, like you're doing something as if you have something against that person, like you're doing something to that person because you're angry with them, as if it's affecting them, when in all actuality you're just in delusion and it's really affecting you.
And the delusion comes from you have not come to terms with the pain or even the betrayal or the hurt that person has. And we talked about it on this other show about therapy being a good way. Sometimes you don't even recognize that trauma has affected you in that way, or what that betrayal or what that person did. And then here's someone on the outside that have their own issues, but they do have a relationship with God. And that's where it comes from. Forgiveness, saying just forgive. But this person over here is not where you're at. And so I always,
sometimes that's just reading the Bible, the Bible said just forgive, and they're not even understanding what forgiveness really is.
And that's
what it look like.
And that's the thing that I think we have to really be careful of. That are you putting that person through more trauma by trying to make them react to a situation where you're at? If you're pouring into them about forgiveness, give them the tools. Say, help them by not just giving them cold words. Well, you need to forgive. Go read your Bible. Okay. But if a person them words don't mean anything, them deeds and them does don't mean nothing. Yeah. I mean, they're reading a book and you're not helping them.
So let's go a little deeper. Let's find out what the root cause of unforgiveness. Pass that down to Miss Coco for me, if you will. The root cause of unforgiveness.
So unforgiveness is usually a result of ungodly pride and self-righteousness. Unforgiveness is often a sin that's committed against those where the closest and the dearest to us. There's the sayings, familiarity breeds and contempt, and why we always hurt the ones we love. Unforgiveness is often a family sin.
A who?
Family sin.
A family
sin.
Close to you.
Wow. Do agree or disagree?
Well, I can tell you, I think you can, for me, I do believe that.
Let's deal with the first part first. Unforgiveness is a result of ungodly pride and self-righteousness. Agree or disagree?
Agree. That's what I just said. Most of the time, it's pride.
It's pride.
That's that bad you were talking about, huh?
That's it is, but it is mentality.
Yeah.
I ain't worrying about it. I ain't stuff down from it.
And I'm supposed to be mad at you. I have a right to be mad
you
at
did
and
this.
I'm hold on to
wow. It's often a sin that's committed against those that are closest to and dearest to you.
Most of the time.
Well, I can say that to be true because what I can remember, my first unforgiveness was things that I held my mom and my dad, standards that I held them to. And I felt once I got older and I realized that, y'all didn't live up to these standards. So I'm angry and I'm holding this resentment against you, not really realizing that it's unforgiveness. Even when my dad died early, I had carried unforgiveness for his death for so many years and didn't even realize that I was not forgiving him until the lady told me, look at the wall and talk to him. And then I broke down. You know what I'm saying? But I was harboring anger and unforgiveness because he died and he just
died.
Yeah, exactly.
And you was mad.
Mad.
You probably had resentment against God too at the time.
I don't think, no, it was personal. It was intentional towards him.
Yeah, because there's some people that resent God for taking a loved one.
Like, why did you do this? Why did you allow this? Why that person?
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever looked at it.
That's a deep level of unforgiveness right there.
Right. Yeah.
And so when I was reading that part, it said it's committed against people that are nearest and dearest to you, because the people that are not near and dear to you, I don't think have the same effect.
It doesn't affect you as much.
Right. So unforgiveness has to be something that's close to you.
Right.
You know
well, I'm gonna beg to differ. And I'm gonna
always do.
So. I'm gonna beg to differ. I was attacked. And so I harbored unforgiveness for my attackers for a very long time. Even though on the outside to everybody else, I'm moving on.
Oh, take a second, Val.
I think sometimes we always want to put things in a box that you can handle because it's safe for you. You forget about the person that's going through it. And so that's why I always come off the other side of it, because I've been through some things, so I can see things differently, and it impacts me, and it means something different, because not only have I been attacked, I've been betrayed. I've been let down. I have. So maybe you, and I'm not saying you, maybe you, the person that's telling someone, just forgive. Maybe you only had this happen in your life. So you can't even imagine what that person is going through, but it's easier for you to just give them that canned response. Just forgive. And we have to stop that, because you don't know what that person's journey is.
Yeah.
And so when I hear that part and we're saying,
it's okay.
it has to be someone in the family. Yeah, that's a deep one. But what do you say to the person that was
killed your son out?
No. What do you say to the person that was attacked by complete strangers that's struggling with
forgiveness?
Yeah. So I think we have to just kind of, again, stop looking at things always through your eyes.
Through your own lenses.
Sorry about that, guys.
Show
okay.
empathy sometimes
Yes.
before you give those that advice of, forgiving and unforgiveness, like, just forgive, but just show empathy.
We got to stop this thing of just being so puffed up in our
Let it
God.
go.
You know what I'm saying? Let go. You gotta talking about empathy. Get out yourself for a second and just start really showing something for someone else.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I didn't mean
Yeah, you shut down the show.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God. That was God. They had to do it.
But that's why we want to have difficult conversations on Tasteful and Toxic, both on Tasteful and Toxic and on the Love and Victory show with you. We attack all of these different aspects of things that happen in life to us as people, and at the end of the day, we hope that we're doing something that maybe edifies somebody, helps somebody to grow from a certain level of pain that they've gone through, or even
awareness.
Bring awareness.
Because
bring awareness to it as well.
We want, the person that's going through it just wants someone, because me sitting in unforgiveness as long as I did, someone that have really understand how to help someone go through the journey of forgiveness could have really saved a lot of wasted time if they would have just not said, well, you just need to forgive them and take me by the hand and show me what that looks like.
Process looks like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people don't realize too, in the whole process of unforgiveness, especially when it's something traumatic, but even big and small, we don't talk about the process of forgiving self.
Right.
Because a lot of that unforgiveness we hold on to is a lot of unforgiveness towards us ourselves. How did I allow myself to get in this situation? I'm really angry at myself and I'm deflecting at the person that attacked me, even though I'm angry at them as well, but I'm putting it all over there.
I'm really angry at myself. Yes, for putting myself in that situation. Yeah. 100%.
And that's what I was going to add. That was my next question. What is that? How does that add value to you? Not forgiving someone
when you're in that process and when you're dealing with that, because I think I'm the one that put on how much unforgiveness I had in me. Okay, so I'm just kind of jumping out there. When you're in that process of and that level of pain and in that level of unforgiveness, you don't even really realize how that's affecting someone. You don't. You don't even know, and you don't even know how to get out of it. So you don't even know.
You don't even know that I am that person.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. Abby, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of recap everything we've been talking about, you know, you don't know what other people are going through. And so I know I said earlier that I kind of hold grudges. I do that with people who are close to me, but with strangers, I give people way too much benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Too much grace.
You give them your middle name.
I do. Because I'm coming from a place of I don't know what you're going through, so I'm going to assume that you have the best intentions. But when it's someone close to me that I know really well, I'm like, you know better. You shouldn't be doing this to me because I know that you know how I feel about this. Or
you hold them on a whole nother
I see
level.
that.
I hold them on a way higher standard. So I think that's why I hold those kinds of grudges. And this conversation and our past few conversations, I've been feeling attacked. I feel like you're trying to get me to be better, and I kind of like me being a little toxic right now.
Yeah.
I'm in my toxic era.
Well, that's you know, in the,
So how she got this
what
out
is
of
this?
And she's serious too.
I'm not interested in being healthy right now. Or
Yeah, I understand. But this is what, season 2, season 3, season 2,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to do.
Maybe by season 4.
We want to work on you in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might take longer than that.
Yeah.
I love her.
And so that's what we want to do with Tasteful and Toxic this season is try to work on some really serious issues that we have in our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so we recognizing it is one thing, but
we all have to recognize
being able to talk about it is another thing.
We all have to recognize it, that it's not just someone else. You know, it's easier to place the blame on someone else, but you have to look within yourself.
Right.
You have to do the work as individuals on yourself.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, for viewing this show on Tasteful and Toxic. Look forward to this conversation. Was so good we had to take it to a part 2. So we look forward to you viewing it part 2 on next Wednesday. Just like that. All right. We'll see you later. God bless you. We love you.